Salutations, respected viewers. This is George from Ireland with more views. So the Honourable Toby Young has resigned as a member of the government's university body in the United Kingdom. So who is Toby Young? Because I lament his resignation. Well, he's the son of a Labour peer. His father's a man who invented the word meritocracy, but it's something that he was decrying, not exalting. Anyway, Toby Young, he attended a state school. He went to Oxford. Some people have lambasted him for getting in with modest A levels, 2 Bs and a C. Bear in mind, when he went to Oxford University in 1981, those grades were far harder to attain than they were in more recent years, because we've had huge grade inflation. Anyway, he's still got a first-class degree. So he's a renowned journalist. And Toby Young, he cut his teeth in London. He was a journalist in New York and so on. He's the author of some scabrous and very droll memoirs, How to Lose Friends and Alienate People, which has been turned into a film, The Sound of No Hands Clapping, and so forth. Anyway, why was there pressure for him to step aside? Well, people brought up controversial remarks he made in previous years about women, about the proletariat, and so forth. One might have thought, as a scion of a Labour dynasty, he would be all for the working class and their advancement. Anyway, he's a conservative, as it happens. But was he being tongue-in-cheek when he made these comments? I don't know. Anyway, it's possibly because he was a leading light of the free schools movement, helped launch the West London Free School, and he's an outspoken conservative. These may have been reasons why he was pushed out, because far-left people with highly tendentious opinions, they can get top jobs in universities. Way back to the 70s, the height of the Cold War, Christopher Hill was Master of Balliol College, Oxford. Marxists and so forth, they have had no difficulty attaining preferment in academia in the old days. And indeed, academics in the United Kingdom, well, 9 out of 10 of them are left-wingers. Now, of course, they're entitled to express left-wing viewpoints, but the same should apply to the right as well. There seems to be one-way censorship. So Young was forced out, and it's part of a worrying trend of censoriousness from the PC lobby. The snowflake generation is often behind it. I'm not suggesting everyone under 30 agrees with it by any means. There's this increasing trend to no platform people who've got opinions that one doesn't share. And it's reprehensible if that happens on the right, as it usually happens on the left in the UK. So Toby Young, if he's cracked some off-colour jokes, or indeed been prejudiced in the past, that shouldn't debar him from being part of the university bodies today. You want the widest possible access? Well, that includes people with Toby Young's worldview. We want freedom of expression. I hope that would include Toby Young. So intellectual freedom is under all-out assault from some left-wing bigots. And it's a shame that someone who's independent-minded, who's got a distinctive voice, is no longer going to have a say on university matters in the United Kingdom. Well, I hope someone as interesting and different replaces him. However, I very much doubt it. It'll probably be a cut-out apparatchik, someone who's never said anything too controversial. You know, look at what Jeremy Corbyn and Diane Abbott and so on have said in the past, supporting terrorist groups and things like that, or what Ken Livingstone used to say about capitalism killing more people every year than Hitler and so on. And yet they were the very forefront of Labour politics. Livingstone's not anymore. But this intolerance only seems to be towards right-wingers, which is an awful pity. I would far rather we went back to the old days when there was a broad range of political opinions, and we didn't have this very narrow range of opinions that could be expressed. So even opinions that some find rebarbative, they should be expressed too, and we should not be trying to ban words, even when these words are sometimes hurtful. Because that's the whole thing about maturity, having to put up with things that one dislikes. That's the very meaning of tolerance. It doesn't require any tolerance to listen to opinions that one agrees with or to words that one doesn't object to.